Alright, Tearring Saga Epilogue. I'm ready to read out. If this is a new video, hello. If this is not a new video, well, you're watching an old video, so why even say hi? Hello. It's nice to be outside. I love the fresh air. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I think everyone's anxious to finally be heading home. This is just after they did the whole revival scene, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Though I'm going to visit Queen Liza of Welt and tell her of our victory first. Wait, what? You're going all the way back to Welt? It was only thanks to Queen Liza and Count Marlon's assistance at the very beginning that we were able to come this far. At the very least, I wanted to express my gratitude to the both of them. Suppose you're right. You're a man of integrity, as usual. Well, I'll accompany you as far as Rosalia, then I'll be headed to Granada. Gonna say hi to Dad. Oh, cool. I actually get to move around in this?
Yep.
Oh, sick. I'm assuming there's no reason to do anything here, though, right?
Yeah, like I think the only thing is that you can save in between how long this epilogue is,
true.
basically. I forgot you could save here, actually.
Yeah.
So I forgot that. I told you to save state last time.
Yeah, I did, to be fair. Alright, I'll just throw one here for good measure. Yeah, they knew what they were doing. Someone else reminded me of this, too. Oh, we get her portrait. That's probably random, but
I think she's in she might be in your party right now,
she is. I think Senate this as well. Let me go through real quick.
Yeah.
Come on to the bottom, probably.
They're at the top. They were at the top. You went past them.
Are they like Rune's party or something?
Yeah. It's all a unified party at this point.
Yeah, I know, but like, they're
Alfred,
here.
Senate, Tia. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense. Yes. Like even Entei is back in Katri. That's cool. Yep. They're all in one party. This is the only place I can go, so Noel's area it is. Oh, so they have like different places they can go to, of course. That's kind of neat. Lord Runen, we're going to Canaan from here. General Theodora and General Silva, you will lead the advance guard. Yes, Your Highness. We will await your arrival at the Canaan Hall. Knights of Arles, move out. The third party, too, became a party. General Silva, may I come along as well? Mince, you'll stay here and guard Prince Senate. That's the second-in-command's duty. Second in command? That's right. Got a problem with that, Lieutenant General? No, General Silva, it just wasn't the welcome I expected. It won't be easy, but I will make you proud.
When you defact and then get promoted to like vice president.
It's like that The Office meme where Michael's like being congratulated by some guy staring at the camera like, wait, what did I get this for?
Yeah.
Son, what are you standing around for? If you call yourself a knight, then you better fall in line with the others. Right. Understood, General. Your mother's really scary, son. She's just like Martel. Nah, she's not scary. She's really a very nice person. She's just had a lot of responsibilities to take care of ever since Prince Orlus passed away, so she has to be tough. We still love each other, even when we don't act like mom and daughter. Huh. You're really cool, you know that? I should learn more from you. Really? You think so? Yeah, you're cool and independent. I've always relied on my big sisters to look out for me, but you're able to take care of yourself just fine. Even though we're the same age, I'm still a child compared to you. I don't think you're a child, Frau. You're kind and dependable. We've been great partners these last couple months, haven't we? The only reason I've made it this far is because you've been there the whole way. It's been a blessing to fight alongside you. I'll never forget about the things we've been through for as long as I live. It's really hard to say goodbye, but I'll still be rooting for you and praying for you back in Canaan. Take care of yourself, Frau. Don't act like this is the end. We'll be best friends forever, son. Promise me, okay? You're right. It's a promise, Frau. Forever and ever. That is a lot of lines for two characters that were barely in this.
Yeah.
Lord Runen, Sharon and I will be heading through Canaan onto Barge. Together, I hope we can finally revive our fallen Modellands. Please give my best to Count Marlon and tell him that I will forever be grateful for what he's done for me, and I will forever be grateful for Raffin for what he's done for me.
I think this ending slightly changes if he doesn't promote as well, if he doesn't get his wyvern back. So like there are some minor things that change in these epilogues as well, depending on what happened in the game.
I will. I know Count Marlon will be happy you're finally able to return to your homeland. Thank you for everything, Lord Runen. It's thanks to all that you and Prince Senate have done for us that our dream can finally be realized. Think nothing of it, Sharon. Raffin tells me you've lost 5 long years of your life because of this war. It's only right that you can finally go home and start over. You and Raffin are important friends to me. I wish you two the greatest happiness. You are very kind, Lord Runan. Well then, by your leave. Raffin. I'm sorry to say goodbye like this, Esther. I know we didn't always see eye to eye, but you've been like family to me, and a 20% support bonus. No, it's fine, really. Sorry for always giving you a hard time. Take care, big brother. Esther. I will miss those two. Lady Sharon, it brings me unending joy to see just how far our cause has gotten thanks to you. Though I suppose from now on, Sir Raffin will be protecting you. 'Tis truly a bittersweet moment. Don't be ridiculous, Bilford. I never could have survived without you. And besides, our work isn't over just yet. I will need you right here beside me, just as much from here on out. Well, maybe not within 3 tiles, but, you know, right here beside me. Mel, Rouge, do you have a moment? I'd like to talk to you two. I'd like to meet Lady Sylphis at least once. Once things have settled down in Canaan, I want to visit her at the Temple of Mars. Do you think you could arrange that? Hey Marouge, what's Auntie Sylphis like? Does she look like our mom did? I wish I knew. I'm afraid I never met Lady Celine when I was little, so I don't know. Oh, I see. I bet they look very similar. Oh, I want to meet her so badly. I'm sure Mom would love that too. You're welcome to visit Mars anytime. You're all welcome in Canaan as well. As the family of the Wind Shrine, it's only right that Canaan should be your home too. That is true. Someday will definitely come. I'm looking forward to it. Well then, you two, take care. We'll be on our way. Bye, cousins. It was nice to meet you. Same here. You two take care of yourselves. Goodbye for now. See you again soon. Finished with your goodbyes, Senate? Yes, I have. It's painful to say goodbye, but I know we'll all meet again someday. Sorry for making you wait. Let's head onward to Canaan. No, we will part ways here too. You two go on to Canaan by yourselves. What? You're not coming with us, Mom? Nafa, please. You know I'm not your mother. Yes, but... Sorry, Lady Katrina. Listen closely, you two. The road to restoring Canaan is one you have to walk by yourselves. You can't rely on us to help you anymore. You need to learn to lead on your own. Generals Silva and Theodora will be there to advise you, but it's all you from here on out. Outsiders like us shouldn't be involved. But Lady Katrina... Senate, you've seen for yourself the damage your own family has done to your homeland. If you don't prove to the people of Canaan that you can do this on your own, you'll never earn their trust. A true leader must put aside his own desires for the good of his people. If you're not willing to do that, then you're not fit to be king. Forgive me, Lord Temujin. I understand. It was selfish of me to ask you to come with me to Canaan. I promise, I will throw away my selfishness and work for only my people. That's a good lad. I don't ever want to hear you acting like a spoiled child ever again. Yes, sir. My apologies. That's my father for you. Tough love until the very end, but it's only because he loves you. Don't cry, Nafa. The two of you are my most important treasures. These 15 years you spent as my children have been the happiest of my life. I wish those days could have lasted forever. But alas, it was not to be. Senate, Nafa, take care of yourselves, you hear? Even though we're apart, I will always be with you in spirit. I love you both very dearly. That's enough affection, Katrina. Let's get going. Yes, father. Lady Katrina. Mother. Yeah, but half of these weren't even in our party.
yeah, well. I warned you.
Senate. Hello, Tina. Or Tia. I suppose this is goodbye for now. Fate truly is mysterious, isn't it? A few years ago, the two of us were just children in Leda. But now we're royalty. It is strange, isn't it? It feels like the world is playing one big joke on all of us. It really does. Say, Tia, There you are, Tia. What are you doing? Everyone's waiting on you. Oh, sorry. I'll be right there, Richard. What were you going to say, Senate? Never mind. Nothing. It's not important. We're not kids anymore. I hope you have a happy wedding, Tia. I wish I could be there. Thank you, Senate. Me too.
I think he wishes something a bit more than that.
Yeah, he definitely wants to be there, but not as a guest, yeah.
Yeah.
You've always been a dear friend to me. until we meet again. Alright, that's the Canaanites, I suppose. I guess we get to move on to Reeve Palace. Oh. Ah, yes, this guy. Congratulations on your victory, Lord Runan. I am told that it has been quite the struggle. Yeah, where were you for it? Count Tatus, you're still here? Of course, Lord Runan. In fact, there's something I'd like for you to hear. I have already arranged the ceremony for Prince Maeve and I to be wed, as planned. You have you? Indeed. I know it's sudden, but the ceremony is going to be held this afternoon. And if you've gotten over those silly objections of yours, you and your subordinates are welcome to attend. Now, let us go to the cathedral. People of Reeve, today the royal family shall be restored. Behold the Princess Maeve, a true child of Lady Reeve's holy bloodline. Yeah, she bears the...
Yi. It's Yi, not
Okay.
yeah, Yi. Like,
I thought it was...
Like,
I thought it was no
yeah.
A at the end for that one.
yeah, that I think that's how it's usually written too. Like, but I think when you're doing a proclamation, you use Yi in Old English for just you, but this is like a proclamation thing. I don't think it's a typo.
Okay, that's...
I don't think it's a typo.
I swear I want to take that into account, but at the same time, I was playing Fates earlier and named my corn. Yeah, boy! It's stuck in my head like that. Yeah, Yi, she bears the brand of Utona here upon her wrist. Proof of her lineage. Hey, bloodlines! Hey!
Dynasties.
Yay. Try as the Empire did to wipe out the holy family of our blessed kingdom, Utona herself has protected this child. Together, the two of us will ensure the holy bloodline will not die, but rather flourish here in our restored kingdom. It will certainly be a great responsibility, but know that I, Tatus, am up to the task. According to me, Tatus. Hey, nobles! Now then, Princess Maeve, have you anything to say on this glorious occasion? Now, Runan. Engage. Right. Count Tatus.
I object!
Count Tatus, if you so as much as touch the princess, I will kill you where you stand. That is high treason, Lord Runan. Someone, arrest this man. And who's going to do it, Tatus? You? Every single man, woman, and child in Reeve owes their life to Lord Runan and his allies. Look around you. You're surrounded by his most loyal knights and followers. Tell me, who on earth would dare stand against Lord Runan? The Kingdom of Wealth will support Lord Runan in this dispute. Don't forget, Tatus, that several hundred of my soldiers are stationed just outside this palace. I like how this is like a super tense situation, but there's still victory music is still playing.
Yeah.
The Lords and Knights of Salia will also support Lord Runan. He is the only one who could possibly be worthy of becoming King of Reeve. You cannot weasel your way out of this one, Tatus. It would have been convenient to have a man like Tatus as the King of Reeve. It's always easy to manipulate the greedy. However... Richard, don't be so angry. I said, however, as for me, I will stand with Lord Runan. If you dare stand against his wishes, I will march the entire army of Leda to your doorstep, Count Tatus. Though I hardly think it'll be necessary. Yeah, a bit overkill, I think. Of course it won't be. Runan's already got me here. There's no way out, Tatus. There isn't a soul alive who would stand up for you against Runan. He wouldn't even have to lift a finger, and your head would roll to the floor. No, spare me. Count Tatus, you and all the aristocrats like you are parasites upon our noble Reeve. My dream is to restore this kingdom to the golden age of old, as had under Carduan the Great. There will be no room for scum like you. Now, if you want to cooperate, then I will assign your duties according to your ability. But if you embezzle so much as 1 gold of Reeve's treasury again, I will not hesitate to remove you by force. Just look at what I did to Narcus.
We're just instituting absolute monarchy now. Yeah, that's totally a better system. Thanks. Thanks, Scott.
Have I made myself clear, Count Tatus? Quite clear, Lord Runan. I swear allegiance to you. I will not interfere in the affairs of the royal house any further. Entei, will you join me? Will you stand by my side as we build a new empire together across the galaxy? I have wished for this for so long. For years I have dreamt of it. I would love nothing more, Lord Runan. I love you, now and forever. I will stand by your side for all time. Congratulations, Maeve. He's got a new... Is that a new outfit for him?
No, it's the same.
It's the same? Okay, I guess it's always looking at just his portrait and his flame foam. At the... What's it called? The superstar... What is his tome called?
So I think what you're confused by is that I think his promotion outfit didn't change basically, but it does when he does promote. Like, sorry, the portrait doesn't change when he promotes. Is what I mean. But yeah.
What is it? Is it? It's like Sunflame, right? Sunflame. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he has like a white and orange and red outfit in his sprite when he promotes, I believe. So that's why you're probably confused.
Okay. Congratulations, Maeve. Rochelle, I'm so happy to see you smile again after so long. Though I wouldn't have expected that this would be the occasion for it. Rochelle, are you crying? Of course not. Alright, maybe I am. I'm happy for you, Maeve. I'm just going to miss spending time with you. You've always been my precious little cousin, ever since we met that day in Rimne. I've got my duties to take care of the fire shrine in Salia, but I will come see you as often as I can. You can always count on me. Thank you, Rochelle. Please keep in touch. I'm going with you, Rochelle. You will do no such thing. You've got your own responsibilities to take care of as the new water sage in waiting. It'll be your duty to stay here in Reeve and be spiritual advisor to the new king and queen. I know, but I want to come see you in Salia. I don't want you getting all lonely. Alright, fine. If you can convince Maeve to come with you, we can have a big family reunion with Auntie and the rest of her side of the family. Actually, I insist on it. Aw, I've never seen you so lovey-dovey, Rochelle. Don't just hide over there, bud. Come here. Sorry, Rochelle. I'm no good with crowds like this. You'll get used to it in no time. I don't want you to be wanting for anything ever again, so I'm arranging for you to stay here at the castle and learn how to be a proper lady of the court. If that's what you like, Rochelle, then I'll do my best. Huh? Nothing. Forget I said anything. Kaga did it first. Do my best. On a young girl. It's about time I left, I think. All this lovey-dovey business is making me sick anyway. You'll understand when you finally grow up, Holmes. Very funny, old man. Tell Rudin I said goodbye. I'm sure he'll be fine, but let him know that if he ever needs anything, I'll be just across the desert. That's not very consoling, but okay. That or off hunting treasure somewhere. Hold up, Holmes. Were you planning on leaving without even saying goodbye? That was the idea. I hate goodbyes. Besides, don't you have a new wife you should be paying attention to? Your Highness asked Lord Runan to continue on to Welt in order to properly thank Queen Liza for her assistance. I will take care of things in his absence. Just you? Don't you think Entei needs a little more protection than one old man? My subordinates will be here as well, of course. Arcus, Chryse, you're with me. You shall serve as Princess Maeve's bodyguards day and night. Understood? Thank you, you two. I'll be back as soon as I can. Don't worry about us, Lord Runan. It's just like you haven't been all game. I would die before I let anything happen to Her Highness. Actually, General, I was hoping to ask you for a leave of absence. There's something I need to take care of. What? Don't be ridiculous, boy. This is a crucial mission. General Yugen, I'll work hard in Arcus's place, so please, can't you give him a short break? Please? Not you too, Chryse. Alright, Arcus. I'll grant your leave of absence. But don't forget your place. You're a knight of Roselia, so you better start acting like it. And another thing... Alright. Jeez, always with the lectures. What? Arcus, don't push your luck. Besides, General Yugen is only trying to make you into a better knight. I know. Thanks for covering for me, Chryse. And sorry about this, General Yugen. When my sabbatical is over, I'll be back and ready to work. Sure. Runan, after I meet with Queen Liza, I will come home straight away. I'll see you again soon, Entei. I'll be waiting for you, Runan. Take care on your journey. Sorry to rush you, Runan, but if we don't head out soon, the sun is gonna set on us. Alright. Take care of things here, Yugen. As you command, my lord. Leave it to me. I'm gonna cross the desert real quick. It's the fastest desert cross ever done in life. I'm not gonna save. I can do this. I have faith. I can Iron Man this little epilogue. Runan, do you want to stop and talk to the elders while we're here in town? No, I'll take care of that on the return trip. I see. You're headed back to Eir, right, Shigen? Are you gonna be alright crossing the Arcana Desert? Of course. I'm ready for a nice break away from your ugly mug anyway. Dude, you've been dead for like 2 months. I think you had your break. I'm headed back to Eir as well. I owe you a lot, Holmes. Thanks for looking after my boy. No way, I'm the one who owes you. The way you fought on the battlefield? You're really a magnificent swordsman. If you could have been around when Granada was under siege, I bet we could have held the Empire off. I doubt that. If Vals couldn't do it, then I sure couldn't. He could beat me in a duel any day. I'm not gonna do this for every single character, but Vals? I don't remember who that is.
That's Holmes' dad, Admiral Vals.
Oh, that guy, the dick. Yeah, I remember him. Wait, are you serious? Did you never see your father in battle? He's like a demon, that man. Of course, he's also an idiot, so at least I've got him beat in that category. I'm sure you'll make a better Lord of Granada than he ever was, Holmes. I could have just let it play.
Yeah.
I need a minute. Captain Holmes, since Sheegan's going home, I'm going to go with him. Alright. Say, Julia, you've changed quite a bit. You've become more feminine, I guess? It's kind of weird. Feminine? Heaven forbid. What's it to you anyway? Say, Sheegan, do you think I've changed? I don't know. Maybe? You've got more beautiful, at least. You do realize that's your sister, right? We're not really siblings, though, so it's fine, right? Oh, I've seen the screenshot. No, it's not. Sheegan, you've got to talk some sense into your sister. I haven't got a problem with it. Besides, an outsider like you wouldn't understand. Whatever. Sierra, do you want to come to Ear with the rest of us? I know you'll be welcome there. I'd love to. Thank you, Sheegan. Captain, I'll be returning to Granada for the time being. Thanks, Garrow. Hold down the fort. And say hello to my father, I guess. Aye, aye, sir. Are you guys headed through the desert? Yeah, we are. Want to come with us? Yes, please. Hold on a second. Is it true that you're from Arcana Village? The one that vanished into the sandstorms? Yes, that's right. I hope the barrier's been lifted now, so I can finally go home. We had a living legend among us, and we didn't even know it. Huh. Oh, one more thing before you go. Sheegan, take Atron with you and drop him off in Granada. Me? Go to Granada? Why do you want me there? You understand when you get there. Isn't that right, Sheegan? Oh, you crafty devil. You're going to use him to get out of having to deal with Granada, aren't you? Gonna push everything on Atron, huh? Well, not everything. I'll be keeping the sea lion. I'm sure Atron will be happy to learn about his heritage anyway. Last time you said he'd probably get depressed and kill himself. Do you just make these up as you go along? Hey, Renee, do you mind if I borrow Atron for a little while? So long as Atron is alright with it, then I don't mind. Atron? I don't know what's going on, but now I'm curious. I'll go to Granada like home once. He was like a noble prince or something like?
No, he's like a bastard son of Val's, because Val's is a womanizer.
Oh,
and,
right,
you know,
I remember
has
that part.
Tons and tons of partners. So, yeah.
I'm coming with you, Atron. What? No, you're not. Oh, they had that scene together back then.
Yeah.
You need to return to Blad. Meanie. Fine, then you leave me no choice. What are you talking about? Wait, what are you doing? Don't just start taking your clothes off. Stop it, Lyria. I'm going back to Ocus and learning how to be a performer from that creepy guy. Why do you still have that outfit? This is the dress of a superstar. It's very important to me. It's ridiculous, that's what it is. And there's no way in hell I'm going to let you go back to that man in Ocus. But if you don't take me with you, singing is all I have. Damn it. Don't cry, Lyria. We'll go together, alright? I'll listen to you sing as much as you want. You will? It's a promise then. I'll sing for you anytime, Atron. La la la. What a crazy bunch. I suppose I better get going too. There you are, Narcus. Ah. Hey, didn't you say you promised to do something for General Eugen? Did you ever take care of that? Of course, Captain, but never mind that. You're looking pretty dashing in that new armor of yours, Captain. It really fits your image as a noble seeker of legends. So dazzling. Thanks, Narcus. I didn't really care for it at first, but it's really grown on me. I've been getting lots of compliments on it recently. There was even this drunk girl at Runan's wedding who came up to me and said, Narcus, where'd you go? Clever tricks, Narcus. Did not see that one coming. Hello? Anyone home? It's Arcus and Lena. What are you doing here, Arcus? Don't tell me you got kicked out of Lord Runan's Knights. You always assume the worst. No, I got a leave of absence. I'm here with full permission. When I return, I'll be stationed as a guard at Reeve Palace, so it'll be hard for me to come and visit like this. Please take good care of Lena for me. I'm fine with that, but have you talked to my granddaughter herself about this arrangement? You needn't worry about me. I'll be here in Roselia until the day I can come and join you, Arcus. I see. How was your trip with Arcus, Lena? Did you put the moves on him? What are you talking about, old man? Nothing happened between us. I'm only teasing. I'll take good care of Lena, rest assured. Now, you'd best be returning to Lord Runan's side, shouldn't you? Time is a-wasting, Arcus. Goodbye for now. I hope we can see each other again. Same here. Take care, Lena. This is the most, like, medieval part of the game with, like, there's, like, a bunch of men having to take care of women. It's, like, a bunch of kings. You know what I mean? It's, like, very status quo-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Goodness gracious. This is why I hate goodbyes. They always take forever. Well, well, at least most of the troublesome ones are gone now. It's a bit lonely without their rowdiness. Let's get a move on. We've still got a long ways to go, and there'll be a few more farewells to endure along the road to Sine. If you say
Yeah,
so.
We're not even halfway.
Oh, wow. Did they actually leave the party when they like dropped
Yes.
off? That's cool.
Yes, they are not in your party anymore. You are. This is like honestly kind of like I really like how this is, like something that you play through where you move your thing and you have access to the menu and everything, and the whole time because it fits in with the whole like, oh, events happen on the map and you're playing through it rather than it just being a cutscene, right? Even though it is very close to just being cutscenes, it still adds that little bit of like interactivity. Do you kind of get what I'm trying to say, basically?
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, I can't really look at this party and say, oh, these people are missing, because there's way too many characters for that.
Yeah.
But I do like that even though it's cutscenes, they still made it as gameplay-y as it could possibly be, if you know what I mean. That's what I like about it, for sure. All right, well, we best gotta move. Plus, it makes it very easy to say, oh, this menu is not even halfway done.
Yeah.
All right, let's go here. Salia. You're Lord Alfred, right? Do you know who I am? Of course I do. I could never forget that beautiful face of yours. It's been too long, Mel. You knew? And you've been ignoring me all this time? When Mom and I heard that you'd fallen in Leda, we were heartbroken. But even still, we've held on to hope that you would one day return to us. So when I saw you in that underground temple, my heart leapt for joy. I knew it was you right away. I couldn't help but cry. But you didn't say a word to me. You knew who I was and you ignored me. Why would you do that, Father? I'm sorry, Mel. I promised myself that before I reunited with you, I have to atone for my sins. And that means apologizing to your mom. I don't deserve to speak to you until I've made things right with her. So you are coming back? Yes, I am. I've avoided it for far too long. I don't know if Sylphus will forgive me, but I must apologize to her nonetheless. Father. There you are, Mel. Who's this guy? This is Sage Alfred, our father. Our father? Marouge? You've grown up to be a fine young man. Sylphus raised you well. Mel, can I talk with you for a minute? What in the world is going on? You and your mother told me father was killed fighting the witch dragon Cranion. Now I'm supposed to believe that he's standing right here? I'm sure he'll explain everything, but mother deserves to hear it first. Let us wait until we've made it back to the Temple of Mars. Right, father? Of course. I'm sorry, Marouge. Wait, Mel? I'm glad you were finally able to see him again, Mel. A nice father-daughter reunion. Alicia, are you familiar with my father? Yes, I knew him for a time. He spent more than a decade in my house. What? Don't worry. I'll tell you all about it. Even though the Leaden Crusade toppled the oppressive government the cult had set up over Leda, the struggle still wasn't over. The cult still tried to keep its influence in the region, and volunteers rose up to fight against them. My mother was a cleric in the resistance. And one day, 14 years ago, a near-dead man with incredible severe burns was brought to our church. After the head priest saw him, I called him a lost cause and told my mother to start digging him a grave. But my mother wouldn't give up on him, and to everyone's surprise, she managed to stabilize his condition. It took an entire half a year before the man regained consciousness. We learned his name was Alfred, and that he was a master sorcerer. But he still remained bedridden for the next 10 years, healing his burns. It was only 2 years ago that he actually managed to walk again. My mother wept tears of joy at the sight. And then, 3 days later, she died. She worked herself to death, nursing him back to life. For like half a year, too. Like, imagine being in a coma for half a year. How heartbreaking. But if father was alive and speaking for all those years, why didn't he have word sent to us in Mars? I think he was too ashamed. He didn't want your mother to see him in such a miserable state. He was a complete wreck. He always seemed like he was on the verge of committing suicide. So my mother didn't go against his wishes. She kept his survival secret for all those years. So you must have gotten to know my father pretty well, huh? Yes, I did. I was 4 years old when he was brought to us, and I stayed with him in Mal until last year, when I was 17. My real dad died before I can remember, so he was the closest thing to a father that I had growing up. Even if he was confined to a bed for 12 of those years... Did father and your mother, did they love each other? My mother loved him dearly, but he never returned her feelings. I hated him for that after she died. It wasn't until recently that I learned why he couldn't love my mother back. For a while, I hated you for being the cause of my mother's sadness, but it's not your fault, Mel. I'm sorry. It's alright, Alicia. I've misunderstood you too. When I realized my father was alive, I thought he betrayed my mother for another woman. I hated whoever was responsible for it without even knowing who they were. I owe you an apology too. So I think that makes us even. Thank you for understanding, Mel. You're very kind. As my olive branch, I'm returning Sage Alfred to you in perfect health. You should come with us tomorrow, Alicia. We can all live together. I'd love to, Mel, but I can't. Not yet, anyway. I still have a few things I need to think about and learn for myself. I cannot settle down until I do. I see. Good luck to you, Alicia. I honestly love this part. That little bit.
No. Like I love like how complicated and messy some of the character relationships are, and this is like a great part of the game that kind of emphasizes that, I think. So,
yeah, and they work it out because they just talk things over, and they're like, "Oh, okay, no hard feelings. I understand now. I was wrong before because I assumed things, and now we worked it out like people. So cool." I'm already halfway through my water supply. Fort Bolt. Katri. Oh, thank goodness you're safe. Mother. Oh, my little girl. We've been so worried about you. Come here, let me hold you. I'm home, Mother. Thank you for coming here to meet up with us, your majesties. Nonsense, my boy. It's the least we could do. If I weren't in this blasted state, I should have followed you the whole way. Your Highness, we have eliminated those who sought the princess's life, and we've brought her back safe and sound. Let's keep it that way, got it? Sir Holmes, I owe you an unpayable debt. I will never forget what you've done for my daughter for as long as I live. Just promise me this. You'll never make Katri be or do anything that she doesn't want to be. I couldn't live with myself if I knew she was being used as a weapon or a tool for politicians. Of course, Sir Holmes. As a child, I witnessed firsthand the tragedy that was wrought by my father and King Grouse's foolish war. Trust me, Neuron will never resurface. Lord Lionheart, do you remember our deal? It's your job to help protect Katri now. Naturally, yes. But what about you, Holmes? You're not coming to Salia too? I can't just settle down in one place. Like I told you before, I'm an adventurer. There are too many things out there in the world for me to find and see. Right. Also, as agreed, it's your job to become the next king of Salia after King Dagnall kicks the bucket. With you at the helm, I know Salia will be able to live up to its former glory, like Kanan and Reeve. I think that is what's best for Salia. And since Renee's from the family of the Fire Shrine, any child of yours would still carry the royal bloodline. Lord Holmes, we're not. Don't try and deny it. I know we're a pair of lovebirds when I see him. Shrew, I heard about your actions from Lord Runan. Do you want to return to Salia to aid me? Aye, Archduke Lion, I will follow you anywhere.
And that's it. That's it!
That's his whole thing. That's the whole thing. It's been fun, but I'm glad to finally be going home to Salia. Thanks for everything, Captain Holmes. Sure. Lady Claris would have killed me if I let anything bad happen to you anyway. I like how she got like multiple scenes, and that other guy got like...
Yeah, sure was kind of a meme because he's so insignificant. Like, I think he's the least significant character. Or like, maybe Hagar, the guy you didn't recruit that joins in the Ernst map. Where you have to wait till turn 10 to recruit him or something.
Princess Katri is safe with me, Captain. I'll be the best knight ever. Just you wait and see. Godspeed, royal babysitter. Take good care of her. That has to be a liberty. Frau, you and Aunt Clara simply must come to Well to visit. I think my mother would be very pleased. Sounds fun. I'll pass on the message. Please give my regards to Aunt Lisa. Gonna be so many messages for her. I'm going to head home to Salia as well. Thank you for being such an inspiring leader to us all, Lord Runan. I should be thanking you, Verna. It was thanks to your swiftness that Senate and I were able to coordinate the new peace treaty of Nozelia. Both Reeve and Kanan are indebted to you. Thank you very much, Lord Runan. I will be parting here as well, my lord. Martel, you've been with us ever since we ran into you in Welt. Seeing you leave makes me realize just how much I'm going to miss our ragtag bunch of soldiers. Do come visit us in Reeve sometime. I know Entei would love to see you. Do you think that would be possible? Possible? I'm a Pegasus Knight. I can go wherever I want. I can do whatever the hell I want, is what I was going to say, but she had the line herself. Martel, there's something I want to ask you. Will you help me rebuild the Fire Shrine? Rebuild it? Yeah. It was destroyed by the cult's monsters, so I want to restore it to the way it was. I will also need help running it once the restoration is finished. I was going to ask Aunt Claris first, but she's already got her hands full. So I was thinking, oh, so I'm just a substitute for her? I didn't mean it like that. I want you specifically to come, Martel. I know you said you aren't very good at magic, but I have to disagree. I've seen you practicing, and I think you've got a knack for it. I see your 11th sword, people. I'm sure that clerical robes will be much more comfortable than that armor you've always been wearing too. Ah, this is also an elaborate scheme to get me to dress up in robes, is it? Is that what you're into, Rochelle? Don't be ridiculous. The clothes don't matter at all. I think you're beautiful no matter what you wear. Wow, is that the same speech you gave to my mom when you asked her? Martel, stop teasing him. You're being inconsiderate to Rochelle. Despite your wishes to be a knight, my father always believed your place was at the fire shrine. But if that's the way you're going to treat the future sage, then I'm going to have to disagree. Mother, please forgive her, Rochelle. No, it's fine, Aunt Clarice. It's a big responsibility that I'm asking her to take on. It's alright if she doesn't. I never said I wouldn't do it. If you really want me there, then I'll come and help you out for now. But I'm not making any promises. If I decide I don't like being a cleric, I'm going back to being a knight. You hear that, Mother? You hear that? I make my own decisions. Plum, I'd like you to come with me. At least until you get married. I want to make up for all those years we couldn't live together as a family. Thank you, Father. Of course I'll come. I'm glad. If ever there's anything you need, just let me know and I'll try to help. So what do you want me to do? What do you want to do, Plum? Do you plan on continuing your work as a priestess? Or is there perhaps a man who has won your heart? Not really sure yet, but I would like to continue dancing. Will you allow it, Father? Of course I'll allow it. I know your mother would be happy to see you carrying on her tradition. Thank you, Father. Hey, Plum. I guess this is goodbye. Bart, you should come with us. Far be it from me to split up my daughter's foster family. Bring your grandfather from Tars as well. I was going to say, are you not going to go back to that village over there? We can all live close by in Salia. It's very kind of you, Lord Lionheart, but I have to decline. I'd like to return to Taurus. What? But why, Bart? When I met up with you again in Okus, I felt something strange. I can't look at you the same anymore. Your face, your hair, your eyes, they all look different to me now. I can't stop thinking about you. Bart, I need to be away for a while so I can think long and hard about this. Once I figure out what it really is that I'm feeling, whether it's love or not, I'll come meet you in Salia. You have my word, Plum. I understand. I'll wait until you found your answer, Bart's. Guy's all weirded out. Very well, Lady Catry. I will pray for your happiness. Zeno, why would you say something like that? You promised you'd stay with me. That we'd always be friends. But Lady Catry, please, Zeno, don't go. I don't want to lose my friends. I think it's fine, Zeno. You should stay by Catry's side. Take care of her for me. If that's what you want, Captain. I didn't mean it as an order. I'm just saying it's fine with me. Zeno, you're such an idiot. Such an idiot, SMH. Sir Holmes, I've spoken with Catry, but I still think I should say this. Yes, what is it? We're kind of in a rush now, so please make it quick. I think you should stay with us. Catry will be very lonely without you. It's alright, Father. I'll be fine. Holmes, if you're set on leaving, I'm not going to stop you. Give my best to Lord Runen for me. Well, color me surprised. I thought for sure you'd be bawling. I guess I'm really not needed around here. A lot has happened over this last year. I'm not a frail little girl anymore. I've grown up a lot. I'll be alright, even without you watching over me, Holmes. I'm going to work with my father and do my best to help with Salia's reconstruction. We'll be just fine here, won't we, Zachariah? Of course, Your Highness. We'll be able to handle Salia just fine by ourselves. See, Holmes? We don't need your lousy band of pirates around here for anything anymore. Just go and do whatever you want. Hey, Catry. Pickle. What did King Dagnall want, Holmes? Was it something urgent? Nothing at all. Damn it all, Catry. Okay, so, yep, Catry's gone. And Holmes and Runen are sticking around. Okay, so I guess he's coming with us.
Yeah, they're going all the way back to Well.
Yep.
Or at least
for now, yeah.
Yeah.
Free City of Sine. We'll be headed north from here. It was good to meet you, Lord Runen. Headed back to Ariel, I take it? Yes. I know these citizens must be anxious for my father to come back. I'm sure a lot of work has piled up for him while we've been away. I've been meaning to ask, how did Ariel end up becoming a country anyway? Didn't it used to be just a Leaden fort? After the kingdom of Leda fell and the cult of Gurxel moved in, people had to rely on their local leaders to protect them. When that wasn't enough against the cult, the Crusaders came and drove them out. So your father was one of the Crusaders who went there 23 years ago? Not at first. He was actually one of the leaders of the invading force until he had a falling out with the Pontiff. He switched sides and became one of the 6 warriors who led the crusade. That's quite a change of heart. He must have been a pretty strong fighter to be so influential like that. I was only a little girl back then, but that's what everyone told me. He did manage to capture the so-called impenetrable Fort Ariel from the cult. Everyone called him a miracle worker. People from Ariel and the surrounding area begged my father to become their king. He refused at first, but eventually gave in. He never goes by King Temujin though, just Lord Temujin. A cultist turned crusader turned king. No wonder people look up to him. Are you quite finished bragging about me, Katrina? It's about time we left. Yes, father. You've done a great job, Samson. Thanks for covering the other front. Wait, aren't you just a mercenary? Why do you know Lord Temujin? I told you I was a big deal in Ariel. My job was to find Admiral Valsa's son and help point him in the right direction. Didn't you notice all the help I was giving you from behind the scenes?
Except he was...
My job here is done. But you didn't do anything. My job here is done. Bye. Why do you think all those mayors and townspeople were so nice to you?
Yeah, when you were dead.
It's all you? Just who the hell are you, Samson? He's my right-hand man, of course. What? He's also my son-in-law. What? You make me so proud, Samson. You better be grateful my sweetie was there to help you out, Holmes. You're all pulling my leg, right? There's no way you're not just a regular guy, right, Samson? Oh, Holmes.
I think he has special interactions with, if he was alive. You remember the map with Cranion and then a bunch of that party showed up, right? I think he has some... Samson does have some talk, because remember Alicia had a conversation with Alfred in that map, right?
Didn't you say you can get a Brave Axe there or something?
Yeah, you can get a Brave Axe or something pretty good from if you talk to his wife there. So,
yeah, that's great. Is it revealed that he's like her husband there?
I think I don't remember what how the conversation goes exactly, but it definitely at least points to an very significant, important connection, just like it does with Alicia and Alfred in that map. So yeah.
That's great. Oh, that's right. Alicia talked to Alfred there. I completely forgot that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's where they first met up.
Yeah. Lord Runan, I'm going to head back home. Ah, right. You're from Selba, aren't you? Yes. If you're ever in the neighborhood, you can always come visit, Lord Runan. Goodbye. She looked pretty sad to say goodbye. Yeah. Yeah. That's like the second shortest. See, I told you. Goodbyes are terrible. Everybody always gets all funny. You sure it's not just you, Holmes? I hate goodbyes. I love how even the game is like half complaining about how long this is.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing with that Leonie, that's her name, yeah, Leonie, is that she's one of those characters that you legitimately might end up not getting, I guess.
How do we get her again?
Her recruitment's a little convoluted, remember, with Mince and everything, where
it's been so long.
She could die. She can get it burnt at the stake if you remember, like, and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
Is that her? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you had to like wait for Mince to show up. I think was it?
No, you can save her yourself. But then you don't get Mince, and then if you get Mince, you can recruit her in the same map, or you can recruit her in the next map. But I think there are possibilities for her to die that aren't to do with combat, basically. That's all I mean. So that might be why she has a shorter...
Okay. Fair enough. Right. Another palace. Palace of Mal. Finally, we're back in my country. Runan Holmes, would you care to pay a visit to my royal palace? This is a special invitation from yours truly. Thanks, but no thanks, Richard. I'd like to be leaving as soon as possible. Suit yourself. You both will, of course, be invited to our wedding and coronation ceremonies. You should receive formal messages for invitation in due time. Yeah, I'll be there. Best of luck to you both. It was good to see you again, Princess Tia. I look forward to seeing you both again. Same to you, Lord Runan. I'm getting off here too, Holmes. I'll be helping Princess Tia out. That's good. Maybe you'll be able to teach that Richard some manners while you're around. I hope everything goes well with the revival of Leda. As do I. Sage Alfred has left the Earth Shrine in my hands for now, so I have a lot of work ahead of me. Yeah, that's double duty right there. And don't worry, I'll help keep Prince Richard's head from getting too big. Thanks, Alicia. I'm glad we met you on our journey. Need something, Captain? I thought you were getting off here. This is the closest we're going to get to Vanette in the foreseeable future. Well, I don't really want to go back. What, afraid of going alone? I can hire someone to escort you there if you want me to. Fine then. If you want me to go on that bad, I'll go. Bye. Junie, don't cry. I didn't mean it like that. She's already gone. Damn, is that gonna be it for Junie? Oh, him. Now that the war is over, I might be hard-pressed to find any work. Maybe that's a good thing, though. I haven't been home in a long time. Off to find more work, Vega? Headed to Astoria? Krishna, listen, I want to apologize. I never should have taken the job with Altair. King Gwyneth was a terrible man, and I was only in it for the money back then. Are you going back to Astoria or not? Well, yes. Now that the war is over, I'll be hard-pressed to find any work. I was thinking of going home to Shram. Why do you ask? I've had a lot of time to think, and I think it's time I forgave you. And since I'm also headed home to Astoria, do you mind if I tag along with you? I definitely feel safer with a bodyguard. A bodyguard, you say? That's not a bad idea, actually. Of course, you're welcome to come with me. Thank you, Vega. We Astorians have to stick together after all. I forgot that Shram was like something else besides a sword. Lord Holmes, I thought it was you. I recognized your ship in the harbor. Bishop Law. Lady Clara sent me word of what happened. It sounds like you had quite the historic encounter after we parted ways. Retrieving Agnes Yastra, stopping Gwen Chaos. You're a great hero, Holmes, and I can't thank you enough for going to the aid of my dear Catchy. I owe you a great debt. Thank you, Bishop Law, but I specifically asked Lady Claris not to send word to you since I said I'd come to bring the news myself. It seems I've been found out. I knew it! I've got to say, you had me fooled for quite a while there. But you just knew way too much. I won't tell Catchy, but one of these days you need to tell her yourself. So, where's the real Bishop Law? He was killed by one of Merchant's men when he and Catchy were attacked at sea. Oh, he's a replacement? What? It hasn't been easy keeping this body of his alive all this time. Catchy would have realized at once that something was wrong, so I couldn't risk seeing her again. But I promise I'll tell her before I go. What the fuck? I'll take you at your word then. Where is it you'll be going to anyway? Where's your real body? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. If you say so, Gramps. I do have one last thing I want to ask you about though, if you'll indulge me. Oh? And what's that, my boy? Who the fuck is that guy?
Do you remember Morse or no?
Morse?
If not,
the island?
No, Sage Morse.
Kind of.
Do you remember anything about the crazy interdimensional hopping Sage Morse? If you don't remember that conversation, I'm not going through the whole conversation again right now. Just finish the F.
I remember I think I remember the part of the game that it was, but it was a lot because it was like just that guy dumping on Holmes, right, for like 4 straight maps.
Yeah, and that Law was the person who was dumping all that stuff, but yeah, you just think of Morse as like being like how do you remember in FE4 it's set, what's the name of the dragon again? Forseti, yeah, I guess it's Forseti that kind of is basically kind of possessing Lewin's body. It's kind of the same thing basically with this.
If I really feel like looking this up, I'll just reread the conversation, I guess. With this extra context, it'll probably make sense.
Yeah.
Well, Captain, it's been fun. I'm gonna round up what's left of my old fellows and see if we can't come up with... if we can't do some good around Azura and the like. Do I know you? What? It's me, Captain. Merchant. You know, the ex-bandit? You wouldn't forget me, would you?
Marvin.
Marvin? Runan, do you know this guy? I've never seen him before in my life. I assumed he was one of your men. No, he's not one of mine. Damn it, you... Why don't you remember me? This is kind of meta joke. Because it's much more fun this way. Alright, West Sinasi. I like looking at who's left every time. There's not that much left though, it's only like one screen in a little bit. Alright, let's see where they're going next. The sea!
Yeah, they're sailing back to Welt.
That's true. Someone just gets off here. It's like, bye, I'm gonna swim home now. Holmes, have you thought about what happened when we were at the Altar of Gods? All the incredible things we saw? I haven't stopped thinking about it since it happened. Miradona, Utona, Cardawan, and whatever M you are. It's still all so mysterious. Anyway, we still have our travel to finish instead of thinking about that. I mean, you can do both at once. The ship kind of goes by itself, doesn't it? Port Sara. Oh, this is where they first started, isn't it?
Yeah, no. I also love the fact that you revisit the old, like the start of the game too. Like literally, you go back there. I think that's great.
And the game started with them talking on a ship.
Yeah.
Port Sara, this is where it all started. Yep, the birth of the rebellion. Hard to think it's only been a year, huh? Feels like it's been much longer. I will never forget the generosity of the people I met here in Welt. I owe this country an unpayable debt. Alfred. Sylphus? You came here to meet me? Yes. When I received word that you were coming home, I rushed here to Sara. But I still can't believe it. You're really alive. I'm so sorry, Sylphus. I couldn't... Shh. Don't say anything, my love. All that matters is that you're safe. Sylphus, I feel like I'm dreaming. I never thought I'd see you again. Mother, Father, would you look at that? I've never seen Mother so happy. It's like she doesn't have a care in the world anymore. I guess Mother forgives him. Well, if she's happy, I won't object. Let's leave them alone for now. Say, Marouge, what? You've changed a lot this past year. I think you've grown up a little. You're imagining things. I haven't changed at all. If you say so, little brother of mine, will you be returning to the temple? For now, at least. I don't have anywhere else to be. You? It depends on where Roger is going. It always depends on where the other guy's going, isn't it? Well, I'm going home to Taurus. Thanks for everything, Lord Runen. No, thank you, Bards. If you hadn't come along, I might never have been reunited with Hente. You're a good man. Aw, shucks, Lord Runen. I was just doing my job.
He is kind of right, though. Like Bart saving Entei is kind of, like, hugely crucial to the plot, right?
Yep. It's like the dominoes.
Yeah.
I shall be returning to the Church of Verge, Lord Runen. Thank you for coming with us, Father Lee. You've been an enormous help. No. I couldn't possibly compare to everything you youngsters have done. Goodbye, Lord Runen. Nah, Lee's based. Lord Runen, I will be taking my leave. You're leaving as well, Neron? I'm afraid so. My mother is sick and waiting for me back in Verge. She is? Then why did you volunteer to join our army? She was the one who asked me to go. It's been her dream to see me become a great knight like my father was. Really? Who was your father? I don't know, actually. Mother told me he was a general of Canaan, but that's all she ever told me.
Well,
I mean, there's a lot of those, isn't there?
yeah.
Oh, I see. Well then, I must be going. Take care, Lord Runen.
I think people speculate he's also a royal bastard because he promotes to, like, some super class that only the royals have. So, yeah.
It's good to be back home. I don't know if I was of much help, but thanks for bringing me back anyway. Is she always like? Was her portrait always like that with her? With
yes,
her
it was always like that. You just don't see the full thing.
Yeah,
in the character.
it's so cool. I love her design. It's good to be back home. I don't know if I was of much help, but thanks for bringing me back anyway. I'm sorry, Raquel. You've gone through so much, all because I begged you to come along with us. I'm really, really sorry. It's not your fault, Princess Sasha. I made the decision to come myself. You didn't force me to do anything. But, Raquel, really, it's not your fault. If you still want to practice cooking with me, you can always come by. Really? Yes, I'll definitely do that. Thank you, Raquel. Raquel never managed to kill humans ever, right? It's always just monsters.
Yes, but there isn't. I think Agro told you that there is an event that can change it, so he breaks her promise, basically. So she starts being able to kill humans. But that's basically if you recruit her brother Luca, who is terrible, and then do a certain event with him in a certain map, and then he dies, and then she like loses her shit, and then breaks her promise. Basically,
It's so obscure.
Yeah, it's pretty obscure, but you can Raquel will eventually kill people if you do that, and you can still revive him afterwards with the Dakuro, and I think that also changes dialogue. That happens too. So like there's some very hidden, obscure things you can do with some of the characters in this game.
That's an understatement. Luca's one of the 4 you can pick at the start, right?
Yeah, you can also pick him on the round 2, but I think you have to pick him first one. I think for the for that to happen. I'm not sure. Agro will know.
That's insane. I love that.
Luca is absolutely terrible though. So
is he the armored soldier or something?
No, he's the archer. He's the terrible archer.
Of course. Finally, Fort Welt is in sight. What a trek to get here, though. This is why port towns are better. You don't have to walk to them. Bye, Lord Runen. I'm heading out from here. You're from Lot, right, Tom? Headed back home? Yeah, I've got 7 young brothers and sisters waiting for me to come home. Thanks to you, I've been able to send them money for food and lodging while I was away, but I've still missed them a lot. I had no idea. Don't overwork yourself, Tom. Thanks, but I'll be fine. Working for you guys has been the best financial decision I ever made. We've got plenty for the time being. Glad we could help. You deserve every gold, Tom. You're a hard worker. Thanks, Holmes. Sure is strange to hear praise coming from you, but I'll take it. Except when you, like, equip him with a ballista, then he just stops doing anything. Your Majesty, long have I awaited your safe return. I wish to offer my congratulations for your successful campaign. Count Marlon, you have my sincere gratitude for everything you've done to protect the Kingdom of Welt. It is thanks to you that our country even stands today. You flatter me, Your Majesty, but it was Lord Runen who fought against Kaga and defended our kingdom. I merely supported his efforts. Is that so? Regardless, I want you to continue to serve as Chancellor of Welt. I can't have you retiring just yet. I can't say I'm not disappointed. I was actually hoping to ask you about negotiating for my retirement. Perhaps in a few months, after I have the kingdom's reins firmly once again. But until then, I'm going to need your help. As you wish, Your Majesty. How does my Lisa fare these days? She anxiously awaits your return at the Palace of Fort Welt, Your Majesty. When she received word that you have been found in Salia, she was unbelievably joyful. Father, I've returned. Welcome home, my daughter. I think it's about time I instructed you in the ways of being a countess. As my successor, you have to learn these things sooner or later. Understood, Father. No, she's a knight, damn it. I'm going to gather my men and return to the barracks here in Welt. Tonight, we'll have a feast. You're really popular amongst the soldiers. You seem like a good commander, Norton. As do you, Lord Runen. What was he again? Was he an armor knight? He was an armor knight,
Yes,
right?
he's an armor knight that you never use. But he does promote to great knight, so he's actually he's actually better than Bilford, I think, because he gets like better movement and canto and stuff.
Well,
so yeah.
I don't know. Bilford can get better movement.
Yeah, but like 3% instead of like guaranteed. But yeah.
Look, let Bilford cook. As do you, Lord Runen. You'll be a splendid king, my lord. Thanks, Norton. Let's meet again someday, huh? Yes, I'd like that. There was like a bit of dialogue early on where it was like him and a couple of other evil guys, or a couple evil guys, and I was like, oh, I wonder which one of these is recruitable, and then this guy turned out to be recruitable.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd like that. It's really cool to like go through the epilogue and have like all these memories of the games.
Yeah,
events coming back.
it's great.
Mel, let's return to Graham for now. The royal palace is bound to be packed with people coming to see King Raphael's safe return. Let's postpone our meeting with the Queen. Yes, I agree. Excuses then, Lord Runen. Lady Mel, Sir Roger, I will pray for your happiness. Do invite us to your wedding? Of course, Lord Runen. Roger and me, you and Princess Maeve, Lord Holmes and Princess Catry. Till death do we part. I wish you both unending happiness. Goodbye for now. Goodbye, you lovebirds. Lady Sasha, I will also excuse myself here. I will come and visit with the Queen myself later. What? But I want you to come with me, Kate. Forgive my selfishness, my lady. I want to visit my father's grave. Oh, sorry, Kate. I didn't realize. I promised my father that I would become a great knight, but I broke my promise. Kate. Jeez. Is that always her ending?
Yeah.
Damn. Runen, you go on by yourself.
Unless you killed Zeeg, I guess, like, because then that entire chain doesn't happen, so she might have something different then.
Runen, you go on by yourself. I've got to do something else. You're being very evasive. Come on, Holmes. What's the matter? I really don't want to go to the palace. It would only be trouble for everyone. I see. That's what you want, Holmes. Then I won't force you to go. Your Majesty, you have returned. My darling Lisa, because of my folly at the Battle of Baltz, I caused you so much hardship. I don't know how to apologize. Don't say that, Raphael. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You are the pride of our kingdom. There isn't a single citizen in Welt who will not rejoice at your safe return. Lisa, thank you. I'm blessed to have such a loving wife. Please stay by my side forever. Of course, Raphael. As long as I live, I will walk this road together with you. Mother, you've done it wonderfully, Sasha. Thanks to your courage, you were able to bring your father back home. Thank you, Sasha. You are my pride and joy. Thank you, Mom. Let us thank the goddess that we have lived to witness this happiness. Lord Runen, I must thank you. Words cannot describe how grateful I am to you for all that you've done. No, Your Highness, it is I who should be thanking you. We were only able to achieve victory thanks to the aid you've provided us. This victory is yours as much as it is mine. Lord Runen, and now, I must say goodbye for now. I have much to do now in Reeve. But someday in the future, I will come and visit you again. You're leaving already, Lord Runen? I'm afraid so, Princess Sasha. But it won't be for long before I return. I'll come and see you again soon. I'll even bring Holmes along. Thanks, Lord Runen. I'm looking forward to it. Sorry for making you wait, Holmes. Finally, there you are. Can we get going already? Wait, so he was afraid of going here? In that palace? Why? Oh.
I think there are multiple reasons.
I thought his awkwardness was like all about Katri and his decision about like whether he should stay with her or go.
I mean, he's thinking about stuff, but I think he's also just doesn't. I'm not gonna get into it. I'll just like just keep doing epilogues.
Okay.
There's no point doing like specula.
Okay.
On some of the stuff.
Okay. I thought I might have missed something, or because I don't know the relationship between Holmes and these people. I thought it wasn't on one-to-one, so I was like, okay. Finally, it's just the two of us, just like old times. Yeah. I guess there's nothing left for me to do but just return to Reeve. Yeah. So what are you gonna do next? Head home to Granada, or maybe to Salia? If I show my face in Granada, my father's gonna force all his responsibilities as head of the fleet onto me. I'm not about to let that happen. Would that be very different than what you already do? I think you're just avoiding your father. So what? You'd avoid him too if you knew him like I do. Now what about Salia? Katri's waiting for you, isn't she? I don't know about that. It's driving me crazy. What is wrong with that girl? All of that do whatever you want crap. And since when did she start addressing me as Lord Holmes? It pisses me off just thinking about it. She really got under your skin, didn't she? She certainly was acting strange back then. Did you do something to make her hate you? No way, at least, I don't think so. What if she's possessed by Gerxel? That has to be it. She's been acting strange ever since we came out of that underground temple. Holmes, you're talking nonsense. Verdona told us herself. Gerxel is gone. What if she was wrong, huh? Maybe Entei's in danger too. Don't say things like that, Holmes. Entei hasn't changed at all. Are you sure about that, Runan? Are you absolutely sure? Yes, Holmes, I am. Entei is as lovely as ever. I would know better than anyone else. Maybe you're just being blinded by love. Did you think about that? Holmes, I'm done talking about this. Neither Katri nor Entei is possessed. Fine, fine. It was just an idea. Pretty stupid idea. Brings up memories, doesn't it? We fought all the time over trivial little things like that in the old days. Well, we are like night and day, but we always made up really quickly. We learned how to understand each other. Yeah. Through thick and thin, we've stuck together. You're the greatest friend a man could ever ask for, Holmes. I might not have any real siblings, but you're like a big brother to me. I might be older, but you've always been the more reliable one. You sure you're not the big brother? Ha, maybe so. I'm glad I can talk like this with you again, Holmes. It's been far too long. Hey, Runan, this is the most wooden conversation so far. Probably because these two are like barely ever together in one army. That it feels a bit weird to me. Hey, Runan.
I think it's good.
When we first came to Welt, you said that one day, when the war was over, you'd come adventuring with me. Yes, I remember. So, let's get going right now. We'll go wherever our hearts take us. Holmes, I can't just... Oh, right, you have a wife now. Well, we'll just have to pick her up. We can sail up the mouth of the river at Zemseti to the capital, and you can run in and grab her. What about Katri then? We need to pick her up too. She wouldn't want to come along. She doesn't want anything to do with me. Holmes, you really need to go talk to her. You owe her at least that much. To tell you the truth, after Katri said those things to me, I went and did some self-reflection. I haven't exactly been nice to her, have I? That's because you never stop to worry about how other people might think. It makes you a great leader, but not so much a great lover. You've got a point there. Well, let's get on board. I'll give it some more thought.
Yeah,
I have done some self-reflection. Alright, to our next adventure. We've got a good breeze going too. First, we'll go to Reeve and get Entei, and then we can go to Salia for Katri. Do you really think Katri will come? I'm sure she'll forgive you. You just have to ask her from the heart. How about, want to come with us, or is that too informal? Try something like, I could never bear to lose you. No way, that's too sappy. Well, you don't want to lose her, do you? I don't, but that doesn't... Wait, Shigen? How? When? I stowed away when you got to Welt. I almost didn't catch up to you in time. Now then, Katri has something she'd like to say to you. You brought Katri here? Holmes. I'm so happy to see you. You what? That's what you say to me after all this? Holmes, relax. Right. Sorry. Thank you for coming, Katri. I'm happy to see you too. Really? Do you mean that, Holmes? I was worried you hated me. Don't worry about Holmes. I think he's still getting over my little experiment. Experiments? You know, the words I told you to say to him when you parted ways at Fort Balt. Oh, right. You said that it'd make him feel more at ease, but he looked really mad. I don't think it worked at all. Well, I was hoping it would force Holmes to finally make a move. Guess it didn't work. Shigen, that was all you? I'm gonna kill you, Shigen. Get back here so I can wring your neck. Too slow. By the way, Lord Runan, I brought Entei along with me, as promised. Eugen said he would cover all the court matters while you were away, Provided it wasn't too long. You're behind this too, Runan? Don't pin this on me. All I said to Shigen was to ask Entei to come along after Welt. Speaking of which, Entei, I'm glad you agreed to come along. I am as well. We both owe General Yugen a lot. I wouldn't have been able to come if he hadn't agreed to take care of things while we were gone. That was what I was wondering about, like, don't these two have, like, shit to do? Yugen?
Nah.
Nah. I have to give him a proper thanks. By the way, Runan, you don't need to call me Entei anymore. Please call me Maeve. That's fine with me. But I thought you didn't like that name. I didn't, but General Yugen convinced me. He told me that my mother was the one who decided to name me Maeve. Apparently, it means seagull in Juguji. My mother dreamed that I would one day be able to fly free of all the troubles my father feared for me. That's why she named me Maeve. I see. It is a beautiful name. Isn't it, though? I spent so much time hating it because it reminded me of my father. I never once thought about what it meant, but now I know that it's a reminder of the love my mother had for me. Very well then, Maeve it is. It's a good name, Maeve. I like it too. It's always easier to just stick with the name your parents gave you. You think so? Should I go by Maria then? You're an exception. It's confusing enough with your mother also being named Maria. Even if you change your name, I refuse to call you anything but Katri. That's good. I prefer Katri too. It's the name Bishop Law gave me. True. Maeve, I hope you feel free and light, like a seagull on the wind. I don't want anything to hold you back ever again. I do. Because I'm here with you, Runan. If everyone's done talking about names, can we get moving already? You're not listening, are they? It can't be helped, I guess. We're just fifth wheels here. You're here too, Julia? Yeah, I brought her along. Now then, to our next adventure. With great courage. With great power. With the goddess's gentleness. And true love. Let's go. Sea Lion, sail out. That's a Power Rangers anime, Captain America kind of call to action that I ever see one.
Congrats.
Yay!
You survived. And now you have return counts.
Yay! Sicko mode. Oh, and this is like, I already had credit scenes too. That's insane. Yeah,
that was credits one. That was the first credits.
Oh.
This is the second.
If seconds are so good, if credits are so good, why is there no credits too? Holy shoot. Okay, I'm gonna grab one quick glass of water while this plays. 1 second.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's a good epilogue. I know it's long. It's literally an hour long already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
I warned you for that reason, but
yes.
I think it is definitely one of my favorite like epilogues in any game, honestly, because I just thought it was like, wow, that's so cool that you get to like walk all the way back across the entire map where you've been, and everybody drops off and has something to say and talk about their lives and everything.
Yeah, there are Fire Emblem games where they have like individual endings with like, but it's mostly just people walking around and talking in the same place. Like FE4 has
like,
that, and
like 9 has an ending like that too. Yeah,
Radiant
but
Dawn
it's
has
not
it.
the same.
This is
It's
much
not the
better.
same when you're not like going through the world and they're and everything. I think, and also they're almost always just talking to the lords instead of talking to each other. If you get what I mean.
Yes.
And so it's always pivoted around the POV of the lords rather than other stuff. So you don't have conversations like the Alicia and Mel one. So.
Yeah, people talking to each other outside of the lords is so important. I think for making characters feel alive. It works so well. It's why.
Go ahead.
Why base conversations and stuff like that, because when it relates to things that are actually happening, it's so much better than like supports or like you said, talking to the lords. It works so much better. I really like it.
Yeah, it's. I also kind of wonder if some of these like I think the embossed stuff here might have to do with like whether or not they think the turnout is bad or good. I don't know, or if it's just homes. I don't know how this works. But you see how like the things are a little different. I don't know if it just alternates.
Do you mean the? All I see is like map.
Map 25. Look at map 25. Look how the display on it is slightly different depending on which map it is, right? And like I don't know whether that's tied to some kind of invisible ranking or whatever. I need to look into that.
Are we talking colors or like? Oh,
look at the frame,
borders,
like the map. Yeah, you see, like there's. I don't know if this is just random, but it seems like It doesn't seem like it's going in a pattern. It seems like it's just happening, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure. It's like some kind of invisible rating of your map cleared.
I mean, if you can make this many different endings and events for different characters, I can definitely see you also making a different thing for different turn counts. I wonder if I don't know if the turn count is the pattern though, because I just saw two turn ones that were both different.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
it's funny with the games I'm playing for the first time. Whenever you see a little pattern like that, you're always wondering to yourself, I hope this is intentional because it's really cool. And then it turns out it's just like a coincidence or something. It's just like, okay, whatever. That's like, I think that's part of like what makes a game get a bit worse as like a honeymoon phase goes away for like every new Fire Emblem game, especially. But it really helps the first time experience, even if it isn't real intentional design or anything.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, I also think like you were talking about base conversation support. So this game does considering this game does not have like support conversation. I think it kind of like proves you don't need it. Like for sure, you don't even need a base. Like it just has a pretty well fleshed out characters, nice endings and everything, interactions. I think it's a little hard to keep track, but yeah.
I think supports as general system is garbage, honestly, for Fire Emblem. I'm convinced now. Like after Engage especially, I've been like, yo, this is a way better method. Oh god, they got like individual endings like this too. Nice.
Yeah.
Because like supports, they give more room theoretically for people talking, but they're forced in this awkward space where they have to talk about stuff that is completely inconsequential to everything else that's happening. I mean, sometimes they can talk about backstories and stuff, but they can never be too close to the story itself, which really hurts their potential.
For sure. I definitely think that like some kind of like compromise of like the mechanical aspect of supports of characters get like kind of like the original. Do you remember the buddy system for FE10? Like the way supports work for 10, right? Where you just like make characters support each other and they work and like they don't really have real substantial dialogue or whatever, and then all the substance is actually in the base was actually the correct way to go about it. But everybody got so pissed off about that back on the day because they're like, oh, they ruined supports. They ruined it.
Well, the FE10 supports conversations are bad. This is the mechanical system.
But you don't do them for the you're not doing them for the support combos. You're doing them just for like the mechanical aspect of like pairing characters together to make them strong together, right? And then the support character interaction stuff is all the base combos, basically, because that can actually be tuned.
Esther's so good that her stats don't fit on the proper parts. No, that's. I mean, for Telly specifically, I think the problem was that mechanic. I think it was called support or body. I forgot exactly what it is, but it felt like it was replacing the old conversations, which were really good from Path of Radiance and then before that too. They were pretty nice overall, but then they were replaced with kind of nothing. Plus, FE10 had a lot of characters that just didn't get a whole lot to begin with, so it really felt like we were robbed at the time. But if you look at this game is the same-ish system, kind of, when you think about it. It has people support each other and give each other bonuses, or maybe sometimes they're not mutual, but they're there. So it gives you an idea of like who's related to who. And then they do have actually talk conversations that enable supports, right? Like sometimes in this game that happens.
Oh sure, yeah. Like I mean, I'm not saying there shouldn't be events on the map and stuff as well. I'm just saying that like I think the idea of like pairing characters together and having characters having like existing supports and bonuses with each other makes sense, right? But I just mean that I think that the mechanical aspect doesn't have to be tied to a narrative aspect. Like you don't have to have, well, this character must have a conversation when they increase support levels with this character, right? Like the concept of tying the support mechanics of like these characters fight stronger together doesn't have to be tied explicitly with like a support conversation that you have to read. You get what I mean? Where they have to develop some kind of deeper relationship. That's what I mean.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and I think in modern Fire Emblem, even if you have to have something like a hub world, for example, if they insist on keeping that, which not my favorite system, but it's what they do now. If you're gonna have that, then there's definitely plenty of room for silly support conversations about, I don't know, cooking and whatever. Like if you want to have those conversations in there, great. I just like that having base conversations or having these between battle conversations, stuff like that, having them too really adds a whole lot on top of it. So if it were me, I would devote less resources like writing support conversations and more resources writing events conversations, base conversations, stuff like that, personally. You can have a mix of both, I think, and it will both work really well. But, you have to figure out a balance if you want to keep both.
Doesn't have to be one thing or the other.
No,
it's not.
Don't have to.
But this game just does what it does very well, and it makes you realize kind of how other games could have done maybe what they were doing better as well, because that's all.
Yeah, definitely. This game, I think, Fire Emblem is not like, it's not new to innovate. It innovates a lot in a lot of ways, but it feels like Tearring Saga, and to a lesser extent, like maybe even Thracia, is sometimes more innovative in the right way, I feel like. Whereas Fire Emblem's they get like I just talked about the support system being garbo, and I feel like Fire Emblem's just kind of been stuck with that for like 9 games, and this game just found a better way. Like what is it, like 10 years ago?
Kaga did it first.
Basically, kind of. Unironically, yes, and I'm tired of pretending that's not the case. Like, yeah, I mean, not to say there's nothing wrong with this game or anything. I just think in some particular ways, this game just finds ways to be better in ways that Fire Emblem just hasn't quite figured out. Like the flag is so good. The flag is so good.
Are you interested in playing Berwick and Vestaria now as well? Or
that's a good question. I need to talk about that. Yes. So at some point, yes, at some point, but I don't know exactly when. I need to take a break from Kaga Sagas for a bit. I did really enjoy this experience. I'm definitely open to trying Berwick Saga at some point, or maybe Vestaria Saga, or whatever else exists. There's like 2 Vestaria Sagas now, right? At least. Yeah. So there's a lot out there still that I'm definitely willing to try, but it'll be a while. This is a long-term project. I noticed when I was trying to decide whether to play this game, I was like, well, if I don't know if I play this, like it will probably be fun as a good experience. People have been begging me for playing this, but at the same time, it was like a very, very small vocal group begging me to play this, and I was like, it's not gonna be great for views or anything like that. But the moment that I decided to play this was like, well, I don't have to only do things for views. I just want to play things that I might enjoy, try new things, and there's only so much real mainline Fire Emblem that I can play. And I think it would be silly for me to not cover a game just because it wouldn't get as many views. So, and I'm glad I tried it. But that does mean that sometimes I have to do like a little different thing. I already have a next project lined up. It is, I think if you like old Fire Emblem games, you'll like the project. But it'll not be a Saga game.
Okay, interesting.
But it's you'll see soon enough. But at some point, maybe in the future, I would be happy to visit Berwick or Vestaria, because I am interested in those. I'm curious to see what they are. It's always fun to like, because I sometimes see people having conversations about this game or others, and before you know a game, you just see the same names kind of fly by every now and then. It's like, oh, Raffin this, Zeke that, stuff like that. And then you're playing the game, and you're like Leonardo DiCaprio, like pointing at the screen. It's like, oh, it's a character name I recognize from like random conversations. Oh, this is that guy. Oh, this is him. Oh, I see. That's cool. Like kind of like a recognition kind of thing that works for me personally.
For sure.
Plus, the characters in this game are like so diverse gameplay-wise. I think one of the first comments I saw in one of the first episodes was like, every unit and character is so different, even though they're the same class. Like, usually in Fire Emblem, it's like, oh, I get this armor, and you get later get a different armor, and they might have like different specialities and different things they can do, maybe even different skills. But I think this game is like one of the best ones I've seen so far at differentiating between characters that are otherwise very similar. And even if 2 characters are samey, you can still put them on different routes, and you'll still have like having 2. Like there were some characters was like, okay, so I had like 1 Sage on Runen route, 1 Sage on Holmes route, or like 1 healer on each, or like 1 Pegasus on each. They were kind of samey, but because I was playing 2 different routes, it didn't really bother me as much as it would have in a mainline Fire Emblem. So I think the route split really works to itself, but also the different skills they learn also really help, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think the skill system in this is like really nice. I much prefer it to the way the skill system in modern FE is starting to work, where it's become like everybody can kind of just churn through certain classes and whatever, to get certain skills. And I do understand that people have like class lock stuff, and so there's interesting things with like combining who you pair up with so you can learn new skill combinations and everything. But I do really quite like that you just get your own personal skills leveling up that kind of are supposed to fit to the character. I do like that.
Yeah, plus if you have your skills tied to a character, it means that characters, even if you want to have reclassing in your game theoretically, you could have characters that learn different skills, and because of that they're different in certain in the same class. Plus, characters have like custom promotions in this game to like certain classes, like Tasha and Raffin, which also helps.
I mean, they did add personal skills back into Fire Emblem though, so it's not like they're not aware of that. It's just that this game is like, well, everybody gets personal skills, like more than one basically. So
it's level up skills instead of personal skills. I do like personal skills as well though, but I think that's a pretty common take. Okay, we got through all the characters. I would have done shoutouts to like all these different characters, but they go by way too fast. It's like, oh, this is Entei. She was really good. Like, it doesn't really work, does it?
Yeah.
Ooh, what's this? Save data for versus mode. I read that's US mode. I was like, huh?
And so like I don't remember. Was the little versus arena thing first in FE7 or was it in S6? I think it's just 7, right?
I've played Link Arena with 6 before, but I'm not sure if it was a custom mod or not, so I can't say for sure.
Like, I'm googling this right now because this would be funny if it was a Kaga did it first thing again.
I know for sure I've played a physics Link Arena.
Okay, it's in Binding. It's in Binding Blade first, so I
Yeah.
think that means Kaga did not in fact do this first. Because let's see, this is Binding Blade 2002, Tearring Saga, before. I think it might be before. 2001. Kaga did it first. Kaga did Link Arena.
Yes,
first.
let's get it. Is this actually Link Arena? Or is it like a map PvP? Oh wow, this is massive. I'm gonna take a very quick peek at this dual map. Oh, you can actually just pick a map. Wow. What? This is insane. They sure picked some maps for this. Damn. What the heck? What is all this stuff? I don't know what
Did you save your Link Arena data? Or
I
no?
did somewhere. Yeah, here it is.
There.
Insane. Oh, this one gets one too. Oh.
Yeah. This is your different file you have to compete on, right? For Link Arena, right? So this is your characters. This is how it works. Your memory card slot too with the different versus data.
So like the idea is that you take out the memory card from your own game console, plug it into someone else's slot too, and then you have two versus. Oh wow.
Yeah, and then you fight with your characters on the maps and stuff with the settings that you want. Yeah.
That's great.
Except you can move around in it instead of it just being battles.
Yes.
So,
So it's like Fate's PvP basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, I don't have a slot 2 and this is totally frozen now, so I'd have to reset the game. I think.
Rip.
Rip Reno. Well, that's great. Well, as I said before, I have plans to make a video about the game that's more scripted, or that's scripted period, to talk about this for a little bit. But if you've watched along the way, thank you by the way, then you probably roughly know what my thoughts of it gonna be, although they'll be a bit more concise and better explained. But yeah, I'm a big fan, and now I can say I'm proud to be one of the 5 people who have played this game, and I can recommend it to like at least 5 more people. Very good.
Well, I think you doing videos on it probably is going to be worth more than 5 people recommendations. So
probably.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, do let me know if you played along with me, because I mostly saw in the comment section for people who played the game and were just excited to see like, oh, I wonder how he's going to react to this more than anything else. But you know, if I'm wrong about that, please let me know, because I'm curious to see if anyone else experiences alongside me. It was definitely fun. It was great to be free of spoilers for the most part, while having someone with me to, you know, get me to the spoilers, so to speak. So, Irasan, thank you so much for joining me on this adventure. It's been really fun.
Thanks for calling me in. It's been really great revisiting this game, because I really liked this game too when I played it. And at the time when I played it, Berwick wasn't translated, right? So kind of, I was like, oh man, I would have like totally jumped straight into Berwick after playing this game. It was great. So I think, honestly, I'm pretty motivated to, you know, go play Berwick or Tearring Saga after playing this game again. Or it's basically playing it again, watching you play it again. That's right. Yeah,
definitely. Well, I think that's gonna do it for today, because it's been already 1.5 hours. Thanks everyone for joining me, and I'll see you for my next adventure. Peace and goodbye.
Peace. Bye.